Вы никогда не задумывались над вопросом?
Have you ever thought about the question, who is stronger, man or nature? It would seem that people have learned to subjugate and use the energy of the sun, wind, and water for themselves. Nevertheless, person is weaker compared to the forces of nature. Hello, this is the Terra Incognita project. My name is Anton Fedorov, and in this series I will try to challenge the wild.
Я ненадолго попробую бросить вызов дикой природе.
In this series, I will challenge a turbulent mountain river, and for the first time in my life, I will do rafting. We will also visit the grove of relict Sogdian ash tree, which has lived on the earth for more than 25 million years. And I will tell you ancient legends about one of the most picturesque places in Almaty region, Charyn Canyon. I continue the journey in Almaty region. This region is an ideal place for extreme tourism. Here you can fly in paragliders, conquer the snow-capped peaks, ride bicycles along mountain routes, or go down the rugged rivers on rafts. All these people are united by a desire to test their strength and challenge a turbulent mountain river. For this, rafting was invented, which later became a sport. Rafting Federation appeared in Kazakhstan relatively recently, in 2005. But over these 14 years, the number of lovers of extreme water sport has grown more than 10 times. And I came to the Jibek River to join these brave people. The Jibek River is a left-bank tributary of the Joly. It flows in the southern part of Almaty region between the two ridges of the northern Tian Shan, Zailisky and Kungay Alatau. This river is quite aggressive, and that is why it attracts the attention of those who love rafting. Every year, the Kazakhstan Rafting Federation organizes competitions for beginners, amateurs, professionals, and corporate teams. Any person can take part in them or sign up for training regardless of age and experience. The most important thing is desire, and I was no exception. And before I was instructed in rafting on the river, I learned something about the history of rafts. These boats are called rafts. According to internet sources, rafts appeared during the Vietnam War, where these voyages were used to deliver goods along waterways to American bases. Well, then human imagination turned these watercraft to challenge nature. Rafting is a hobby whose history goes back centuries. Historians and archaeologists have established that people traveled by water in a canoe many centuries BC. In extreme water trips, a British by the name of Jones became the pioneer, organizing kayaking on the rivers of South America, Africa, and Nepal. The technology of river rafting has been known to mankind many centuries ago. Initially, the river was used as a transport artery. The forest was rafted along it. Also, rivers could be used for travel. For example, people who are researching a certain region, for example in search of gold, could travel along water routes. The history of rafting in Kazakhstan begins in 1997. That year, the Kazakhstan rafting team first performed at the World Cup. It was the first world championship in this sport. 2 years later, a group of students made several first ascents of rivers in Almaty rivers.
Дело продолжил Воробьев Юрий Алексеевич, у него было такое прозвище, адмирал его.
The activity was continued by Voробyev Yuri Alexeyevich, who was nicknamed Admiral. In 1999, he gathered students, and I was among them. For the first time, we crossed the Turgan River on a raft. We also overcame the Chilik River from the Bartogay Reservoir to the village of Malibai. This date can be called the beginning of rafting in Kazakhstan.
Началом рафтинга в Казахстане.
Over time, rafting in Kazakhstan began to develop actively. Already in 2000, there were more than 10 rafts in Almaty. In the summer of the same year, the first mass rafting on the Chilik River took place. It was attended by over 50 people.
И в 2005 году мы организовали Федерацию рафтинга Казахстана.
In 2005, we organized the Kazakhstan Rafting Federation. Then our goal was to perform at the World Cup. And in 2007, Kazakhstan was officially represented at the World Rafting Championship, which was held in the Republic of Korea. Since then, we regularly participate in World Championships.
Мы регулярно участвуем в чемпионатах мира.
The growing popularity of rafting encouraged a large-scale studies of the rivers of Almaty region. In this region alone, about a dozen rivers were admitted suitable for rafting. Rafting is practiced in other regions of Kazakhstan, for example, in the east of the country.
Поток туристов с каждым годом растет.
The flow of tourists is growing every year. We accept both individual tourists and corporate. We also welcome foreigners. In general, the popularity of outdoor activities and an active lifestyle is growing.
Категорию и рост наблюдается хороший.
And now it is my turn. I'm going to challenge a mountain river. The level of its complexity on a scale is established at 3. Therefore, the Chilik River is not particularly dangerous. However, I should not forget that rafting is an extreme sport. The instructor forms a group of 6 to 8 people. The starting point of the rafting is located 3 kilometers from the base camp. We plunge our raft on the roof of an SUV and set off on an adventure.
Сейчас нам предстоит выполнить функцию аргонавтов.
Now we have to fulfill the function of the agronauts who carried their ship in order to travel further in search of the Golden Fleece. Rafting is considered an extreme sport. Each descent along a rugged mountain river is unpredictable. One must strictly follow the rules and instructions to protect yourself during the rafting.
Необходимо четко следовать правилам и указаниям инструктора.
People who have never rafted think that rafting is just an ordinary inflatable boat. In fact, this is not so. The main difference is that the raft consists of several independent, inflatable parts, and the material itself is much stronger than rubber. Thus, this boat has a one-piece inflatable bottom, balloon cylinders, and 2-3 transverse cans. If one of these cylinders fails, then the raft is still kept afloat.
Основная преграда у нас будет подвесной мост.
The main barrier we will have is a suspension bridge. Further, we will go according to the instruction. The side of the boat with 3 valves is called the nose or bow. The side with 1 valve is stern. The right and left side do not change.
Носом вверх. Берем туристическую рассадку, никаких спортивных, чтобы не
We will start with the nose up. No tourist seating. There will be only 2 commands, forward and lie.
Много мучить не буду, у вас всего 2 команды. Команда вперед, команда лежать.
We try to insert the paddle into the water as vertically as possible. When I give the command rowing, you have to row forward. It is not necessary to try hard. We're not going to a sports distance. Evenly, conveniently, and calmly. The second command is lie down. You never know while you face trees, stones. Everything can happen. The main task is to protect your head. During the command, we lean forward, the helmet protects the head, the vest covers the back. The lower we go, the easier it is to go under the bridge.
Спину у вас сохраняет жилет. Чем ниже опустимся, тем легче пройти под мостом.
Novice rafters often don't know that with a paddle, it's very easy to injure yourself or a member of your team. To avoid this, one hand must be kept 10 centimeters from the paddle blade and the other should be on the handle. And so, after the briefing, our group descends to the river.
Это просто потрясающее ощущение.
It's just an amazing feeling. The whole team is rowing and I'm sitting alone.
Уава!
Поехали!
И не страшно.
And it's not scary that this year I haven't managed to swim anywhere yet. This feeling is simply indescribable.
Просто непередаваемое.
The instructor takes a position behind everyone. This allows him to constantly monitor the situation and not lose sight of the team members. In addition, from the stern it is easier to control the raft. This is necessary if the boat will get in a rapid stream and the crew cannot straighten out of the stream. In case of imminent danger, the instructor warns the whole team. Lay down, lay down. We have passed the first serious obstacle. It turned out to be not so complicated. A few more stormy rapids awaits us further. Passing them is not difficult. The main thing is not to panic if something does not work out and follow the instructions.
Александр, как давно вы занимаетесь?
Alexander, how long have you been rafting? Over 4 years.
Если вам
If you were offered rafting or a weekend with your family, what would you choose?
Да, рафтинг с семьей.
Rafting is power. Rafting with a family.
Не получается. Все выходные на речку. И в будни.
Yes, it happens. It doesn't work out differently. All weekends on the river, and on weekdays, we live constantly, have fun. And this pleasure is amazing. My rafting on the Jibek River lasted about 15 minutes. We overcame 3 kilometers down the mountain river. I can say that the impressions are simply breathtaking, and I caught myself thinking that the level of complexity of this river does not allow me to say that I was able to overcome the forces of nature. And I set myself a new goal: rafting down the river with a more difficult level of rapids and obstacles.
изрядно намокнув, но
Pretty wet, but having received tremendous pleasure from the rafting, I go further for adventures in Almaty region. My journey continues, and now I'm heading to a place that is known all over the world and so unique that tourists from all corners of the earth come to see it.
есть в Алматинской области место.
There is a place in Almaty region, an analog of which can only be found in North America. This is a grove of Sogdian ash trees. The image of these trees is unique. Just imagine that these mighty giants on Earth survived the era of glaciation. That is, on the planet they exist for more than 25 million years. And these trees grow here in Almaty region. The grove is located in the basin of the Charyn River. People come here to see the amazing relict forest. Sogdian ash is one of the representatives of moist, broad-leaved forests that existed in the tertiary period on the territory of Kazakhstan. More recently, this tree was widely distributed in the floodplains of mountain rivers in the desert lowlands of Central Asia. Ash reaches its heyday by 30-40 years, but many trees in the grove are more than 300 years old. Sogdian ash has long been a relic variety and is currently very rare. It is the rarest representative of the vegetation of the whole planet able to survive for such a period.
Обратите внимание на размер этих деревьев. В высоту согдийский ясень может достигать 20-20.
Pay attention to the size of these trees. In height, Sogdian ash can reach 20 to 25 meters, and the diameter of its trunk can reach 1.5 meters.
Именно она помогла им пережить ледниковый период.
These trees have a very strong hard bark, and apparently it helped them survive the Ice Age.
Так вот, мой рост почти 2 метра. И интересно, сколько потребуется таких людей, как я, чтобы обхватить ствол этого дерева.
Charyn Ash Tree Grove declared a reserve in March 1964. Today it covers the area of over 800 hectares and is the only grove of Sogdian ash in Asia. This grove has become a UNESCO World Heritage Site. But today's daylight is coming to an end and I have to hit the road so that in the morning I will be in a new place where the two forces that are the bases of the universe are fighting, life and death. But I will tell you about this comparison a bit later.
Мое путешествие по Алматинской...
My journey through Almaty region continues along its desert part, and I came to one interesting place. Here among the sands there is a real natural oasis, and it is a freshwater lake. This lake is popularly called Wooden. Such a nickname people gave it because of the dried-up trees that are in one of the shores of the reservoir. The Wooden Lake is located in Uyghur district of Almaty region, 280 kilometers from Almaty. From the north, it abuts against the Karabasau Desert. From the south, salt marshes with turunga groves are propped up. In the north of the Wooden Lake, there is the largest river of Semireche, Ili. In the east, Charyn, the largest mountain river in the Kazakh part of the Tian Shan.
В этом месте очень любят...
Photographers, fishermen and hunters love to be in this place. Here you can take beautiful pictures of natural landscapes. The lake features several species of fish. Wild boars, wolves, foxes and hares live in the vicinity of the lake. The climate in this part of Almaty region is continental. Winter is moderately wild with a stable snow cover. The average January temperature is -4 degrees Celsius. Often there are frosts of up to 40 degrees Celsius. Summer is hot. The average July temperature is +28. Sometimes the air warms up to +45. Such climatic conditions explain the large number of fauna living in the vicinity of the lake and the presence of many fish species in the reservoir itself.
Установленный факт, что
It is an established fact that until the 30s of last century, a Turanian tiger was found in the vicinity of the wooden lake. This subspecies was distinguished by a bright red coat color. The Turanian tiger was not inferior in size to the Amur tiger, but was slightly smaller than the Bengal. The weight of an adult could reach 240 kilograms. Why did I say that life and death are fighting here? Pay attention to the picture taken by the drone. On one side of the lake, there is a lifeless desert, and on the other, dense vegetation. Like two main forces of the universe, they collided here. And it is not known which of them will win because this lake, full of life, stands between them.
К сожалению, жизнь деревянного озера, как
Unfortunately, the life of the wooden lake, like the Turan tiger, is short-lived. The desert literally swallows the reservoir, filling it with the sands of the northern and western shores. And after some time, this lake will disappear. We are in some way lucky that we can still see this beautiful natural creation.
это прекрасное природное творение.
I go further to explore the unique places of Almaty region, and my path lies in a stunning natural creation which may well be called the calling card of the whole Kazakhstan.
Природа Алматинской области
The
уникальна.
nature of Almaty region is unique, from the endless steppes, plains and deserts to forests and snowy mountain peaks. And one place in this region is mysterious, I would even say fantastic. This is Charyn Canyon. And I, traveling in Almaty region, simply could not help but come to this place. The story of Charyn is filled with events that are sometimes difficult to explain. What kind of mysticism is going on here? This place is shrouded in legends and beliefs. Tourists from different countries come here to experience the mysterious energy of this canyon and enjoy its indescribable beauty.
Yeah, I was looking for interesting places around Almaty, and it was one of the top 10 places to visit. It was something you must see when you are here. Yeah, I think it's beautiful. I didn't expect it. I didn't expect it to be so amazing.
When approaching the canyon, you understand why mystical features are attributed to it. The magnificent view could not but give rise to various superstitions and conjectures in the minds of our ancestors. Its red-black rocks delight and at some time frighten travelers. The canyon itself is a whole complex of sedimentary rocks with a length of 154 kilometers. The height of individual rocks reaches 300 meters, and according to scientists, the age of the Charyn Canyon is 12 million years. This place makes you think that you have moved into another dimension. Atmosphere creates a special feeling as if you're walking on another planet. Clay and rock formations of the canyon shimmer with all shades of red and orange, from pale beige to fire burgundy and brown. It is difficult to imagine all the beauty and the grandeur of this place without having been here. These rocks resemble Martian landscapes. Nature created these fabulous buildings, impregnable towers and peaks of castles for millions of years. You need to look at Charyn from different angles to see fantastic views and contours of the rocks, which resemble the silhouettes of animals and somewhere even people. This place makes you think about the majesty of nature and smallness of a human.
Научно доказано, что когда-то
It has been scientifically proven that there was a huge Joly lake in the entire canyon. Over time, it dried up and left behind this amazing creation. Now the water level can be judged by the marks on the rocks, and in general here are many different legends. And most of these legends are related to the disappearance of people. This is another belief that wanderers deal with lost travelers who hide in the rocks during the day and wander around the neighborhood at night looking for a victim. Local guides say that outwardly otherworldly beings look like humans. Meeting travelers, they lure them to the edge of the cliff and dump them down. However, if you do not mystify these rumors, we can assume that at night visibility is limited and people could break off the cliff by negligence.
по дну Чаринского каньона проходит...
A walking route runs along the bottom of the Charyn Canyon. Here, tourists often walk and admire the local beauties.
Подошел к самому живописному участку этого...
Now I have approached the most picturesque section of this tourist route called the Valley of Castles. Please note that the rocks behind me are reminiscent of the towers of medieval palaces. Actually, that's why this valley got its name.
Получила такое название.
And yet, despite the chilling legends, Charyn fascinates with its grandeur and beauty. This place is worth to visit and feel the uniqueness of this natural creation. And I would like to give you one piece of advice. The most suitable period for traveling around Charyn is autumn. In summer, unbearable heat reigns here, and in winter, it is undesirable to come to the Charyn Canyon since snow and ice make it difficult and even dangerous to move along the rocks.
Мое путешествие по Алматинской...
My journey across Almaty region is completed, but I did not finish my talk about Kazakhstan. And I'm going to visit a region full of ancient legends. According to one of them, Genghis Khan came there with his army. I'm going to East Kazakhstan region. It was the Terra Incognita project. My name is Anton Fedorov, and I'll see you in the next series.